Coming up, a pivotal weekend in team bowling as the three-time Alliance Cup champion Portland Lumberjacks seek the top spot in the PBA Elite League standings. While two former Alliance Cup champs, the Waco Wonders and the Dallas Strikers, battle to stay alive for a trip to the playoffs in Portland, Maine. The PBA Elite League is next on FS1. To the famed Strobel Arena, the PBA Elite League presented by Snickers is in the Thunderdome just outside the Big D in Allen Park, Michigan for a doubleheader of PBA Elite League action. And we take a look at the table for the PBA Elite League, and you're going to notice that line of demarcation. We're going to see Vegas and Portland later, but we're focusing on the two teams who don't want to be below that line, taking each other on right now, Dallas versus Waco. And hello again, everybody. With the Hall of Famer Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler, I'm Dave Lamont, and thank you so much for being here. Randy's fan club going at it in the background. Well, Randy, below that yellow line is a dark place to be, and the message is very simple for these two teams.
Yeah, it's do or die for both of these teams, and we'll start with the Waco Wonders. What the hell is going on down there in Waco? The defending champions are only returning one player from last year's championship squad, and that's player manager Parker Bone III. And when we spoke with Parker earlier today, he said, guys, we just can't get out of our own way. Well, they better today, or they're going to be packing their bags, and they can forget about the trip to Portland.
Dallas, on the other hand, is actually rolling it fairly well. They're just not rolling into much luck.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're third in average throughout the competition this season, but they can't win a match. And when you talk to Hall of Fame manager Norm Duke, he's like, guys, it's simple. We're just choking.
Yeah. Will he do something about it today? Will Norm lace him up? Norm and Parker standing by with Kimberly right now.
Well, Parker, in non-televised events, your team is 0-9, but thank goodness you're on TV today because you are 2-0 in that regards. So I got to ask you, what is it about being under the bright lights that gives you that extra edge?
I think Waco loves it under the lights. The fans in the back, we're on the lanes, we're ready to roll, and we're going to use all these lights to propel us forward, not only today, but for matches to come.
And what's going to be key for you guys to take a win today?
We just need to put it all together. We're kind of fragmented along too many matches, so now we got to get on board and just put everything together and steamroll it.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
And Norm, you know, we've talked over the season, and you said you essentially have been giving your manager role over to Tommy and to Bill. So I got to ask, is that working out the way that you'd expect it to be?
No. Did he just say steamroll us? Is that what he said? God, dog. Whew. No, I'm going to manage the last 3 weeks because I'm going to be out. But they've done a really good job. The thing is, you got to close the door when you have that door to close.
They have done really well, actually, because they are third in the league. So I got to ask. You know, when averages, they're third in the league in averages. So I got to ask you, what's going to be key for you guys to take the win over Waco?
Well, our average has to be higher than theirs. That's the only thing. Hey, look, you can take average and toss it. You know, this is win-loss, and right now we're struggling, both teams. So this is win or go home for both of us.
It's do or die for both of you. Good luck to you guys today.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kimberly, Norm, and Parker. And we're going to see Parker in action as Waco will start things off. He's in the number 5 position. He's dialing his own number. He'll be led off by Beef Stew, then Mitch Shupe, DJ Archer, and Zach Wilkins. Tom Hess will sit this one out, but Tom is always ready.
All right, make a good guess.
And, you know, Randy, interesting that Stu made that remark because you have been amused watching practice.
Good guess. Yeah, and you're right, Dave. The players in warm-ups, they were playing everywhere. I didn't see one discernible track to the pocket. I mean, you could go straight up the lane, you could cross boards, you could do just about everything, and nothing looked good.
Take a look at the lineup. Will this look good? Jake Peters, who's celebrating a birthday today. Frank Snodgrass. Butters in the number 3 position. And Norm Duke not bowling, fortunately. Tommy Jones, number 4, and the anchor man, and we'll be the candy man. Quiet 10 there for Jake.
Nice shot, bud.
An incredible crowd here at Strobel Arena, by the way. This very unique venue is just about at capacity. In fact, really, it is at capacity.
Yeah, this is quite the bowling arena, isn't is it not? And, after the passing of Tom Strobel, after the Masters last year, the PBA named it the Strobel Arena.
Happy birthday.
And I think somebody wished him a happy birthday right in the middle of about him ready to shoot. This is a race to 2 points. The winner of game 1, you get a point. Winner of game 2, you get a point. You get to 2 points, you win. If you don't, after 2 games,
Did you see that?
then the teams will select 3 players to roll 1 shot each in the shootout. And the highest aggregate score, max of 30, will win. If you're still tied, then we'll just keep trying to throw strikes until we have a winner. Chupe rolled that beautifully.
Look at that number right there. Ball speed at almost 20 miles an hour, but you're right, man. This was beautiful. Right up second arrow.
You absolutely melted it. Yeah, that would be 4 holes.
Yupe picked up a title last year with his dear friend Packy Hanrahan, winning the Roth Holman doubles in Delaware a year ago.
Oh, they ran him over there.
Snodgrass, and there's the second time Dallas has put a 10-pin on the board rather than in the pit.
Back-to-back flat 10s.
Frank out of Centerline, Michigan, looking for his first PBA Tour title. He's at his home centers, 5-star lanes in Sterling Heights. Actually was on Waco last year.
Yep.
All right, no sweat there.
Yeah, so no Frank Snodgrass on Waco, no Simonelli on Waco.
Well, he was released.
Parker released Simonelli. Ryan was struggling this season, and Parker cut his dear friend. Parker's the last guy standing on that championship squad from 2023.
But plenty of team experience. We've seen DJ Archer plenty of times in PBA Elite League play over the years. Signature loft that time. Got a bit of a break.
Yeah, nice break. Just leaving the 3-pin going high.
Hey, Jordan. Is your team ball, please?
Here's that signature loft you mentioned.
Sorry. Thanks, Storm. Sorry. Come on, Deej. Run down.
That's actually less loft than he was using last week.
Well, desert air.
He was all desert air thinner. It was actually to the arrows.
Yeah, that's easily handled. Waco with the early lead. He only wants to strike so far. We'll take a look at a man who throws lots of strikes when he gets going, Jacob Buttriff.
Come on, Jake.
And it's been an oddly quiet year for the lefty.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for him this season. No hair gel. What's going on?
He looks different. And that did not have much speed on it.
Right up, huh?
Typically, we see Jacob using a purple hammer, and there's been some restrictions with some of the urethane bowling balls. The purple hammer. I know that the pitch black from Storm, and so both Brunswick and Storm had to make some adjustments with their urethane, and I'm wondering how much that's affected Jacob Buttrick.
He barely made that spare. But both teams are clean. Zach Wilkins is here now for Waco. In the number 4 position. Also looking for his first tour title, but you feel like with some of these guys, it's going to happen. And he is one of them. And he also leaves a quitter 10.
I think last week he was perfect, 4 for 4.
Take your time, Zach.
I think it's a great addition for Parker's squad. There's that urethane 10. Nobody likes a soft 10, Dave.
And
That's how you treat them. You just sweep them into the garbage can.
I remember when I was competing and I went from 16 to 15 because the bowling balls got stronger. And when I started leaving more week 10s, I was like so frustrated that I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm going back to 16 pounds. Guess what happened? I still left week 10.
Can't be.
The Hall of Famer.
No week 10 there. Paralyzed 5-pin instead. First strike for Dallas.
Still has plenty of power. And a nice mixer there for Tommy Jones.
Parker ball in the third. We've seen that a few 100,000 times, haven't we?
Yeah, I wonder why he's bowling anchor.
It is the Earl Anthony pattern, after all. You need to have a good lefty out there.
The Candyman, Sean Maldonado.
In the anchor position.
Interesting, no Bill O'Neill.
Yeah, Bill sitting this game out. We'll see if he's going to participate in the other game. And Sean, whoa, that never came back.
Ball down. Squared up, buddy. We're on a strike. No count.
Well, there's a couple different ways you can shoot this. This way, or you can just cross over and throw the head pin or cut the head pin into the 610 like that.
Oh, no.
Unlucky.
What a shot, dude.
So the Dallas Strikers have had a problem winning it because their average is great, but the other teams are hot. At the moment, it's the Strikers who aren't striking, and it's Waco and Beef Stew with the advantage as we are partway through game one here, the PBA Elite League in Allen Park. And we get set for the second half of this opening game between two teams trying to hang on for the chance to make the trip to Portland. And they're bowling on the 43-foot Earl Anthony pattern today, Randy.
Yeah, and just like Earl was great on tougher patterns and this pattern stuff. And the only thing I can tell you right now is there's just not enough lines on this graphic. You can see Parker going pretty straight from the left side. Urethane is in play on the right side. Players are everywhere.
So the Wonders with a 23-pin advantage at the halfway point in this race for 2 points. Stu with an absolutely beautiful strike on his first shot. And in the Baker format, this is going to be all for Stu Williams in this game. Spun that marble beautifully.
Pretty good shot there by Stu Williams. Let's go down to the manager for Dallas. Norm, down 33. What did you tell your team during the break?
I told him to stay with it. You know, there was 4 out of 5 really good shots. Stay with it and force the issue. And look, I'm all right. I'm not worried.
Thank you, Norm.
Well, we'll find out if they do indeed stay with it. It's a big shot here for frame number 6. And another soft 10 for this Dallas team. That has been a pattern through 6 frames.
Yeah, half the frames, flat 10s for the Dallas Strikers. Maybe the name's going to be changed to the Dallas Sparers.
Nice. I thought you were going to give me the names have been changed to protect the innocent, but you topped that. And an opportunity now in the 7th frame for the Wonders to take a real stranglehold for this first game. Mitch Shupe, who also threw maybe the best looking shot of anybody so far. That one, on the other hand, a lot of work to do.
Yeah, big left off his hand. When your rubber hits that high and the lanes are this tough, you're not going to be able to miss by that many boards to the left. You can see about the 12th board that time. Remember, his really nice shot was right over 10, but now he's left himself some work. Got to cover that back pin, the 9 pin.
Wow, that's not necessarily the conventional way, but he drilled the 3 right into the 9.
There's no pictures on the scorecard. And our great stats are brought to us by our dear friends at Lane Talk. For more information, head on over to lanetalk.com and download the free Lane Talk app.
All right, big shot here for Frank Snodgrass. You see what he's done so far in the Elite League. There you go. There's a 10 that got chopped in half.
No weak 10 on this shot. As you take a look from profile of the form and style of Snodgrass.
That's almost like the logo, isn't it?
You see how he looks down at the foul line right as he lets go of it? Interesting the way he tracks his target.
Splash down for Archer, and suddenly more work for the Waco side in the second half of this game.
All together.
Quickly in the Baker format, if you're not familiar with it, the leadoff bowler bowls the 1st and 6th frames, as Randy gives you the intel on how to make that. You bowl the 2nd, you bowl the 7th, the 3rd, the 8th, the 4th, the 9th, and the anchor man, 5th and 10th. Numbers favor, he makes it, and he does.
Really, you got a fan.
Yeah.
Can this guy find his magic? Few people in professional bowling can string strikes together like this guy when he gets going. It's scary.
Looks more fit, doesn't he? Like
Yeah.
he's lost some LBs.
But
Good shot there. Good shot. Good shot right there.
Well, and they had a chance to cut the lead, but not to be, as Buttriff fails to strike, goes high, leaves the 6-10.
the goal here, so if Waco hangs out of this lead, they'll be halfway in this race for 2. It's 2 points, so if Waco wins both games, this match is over. But if they don't, if we split them, then we will go to a shootout.
And the loser goes home.
Yeah, your playoff chances are completely gone. You get to watch the you can watch the playoffs.
Yeah.
You can watch them from your house. You can pay your own way to Portland. There's lots of ways to do it, but you're not going to participate. Still to come, oddly enough, the top 2 teams in the league, Vegas versus Portland. They don't have that problem. Pretty. Oh, gorgeous shot.
Right here.
Yeah, he's been nails for this team.
Just when it looked like maybe Waco was slipping a touch, Zach Wilkins with the evil mustache twirl. A throwback to Parker when he had his evil mustache.
He's twisting the handlebars there. Is that like a Raleigh Fingers thing?
Like a dastardly thing from the old movies. It's awesome.
Need it. Oh, good. My goodness.
Almost got a backdoor messenger there.
Still ahead of my
TJ.
lunch bet.
Not sure what the lunch bet is.
No. Pretty good shot, though, by Tommy Jones. Watch this pin action. Head pin came searching.
Well, the irony here, Randy, as we talked about before the match, and Kimberly in the interviews, well, you guys are really rolling it well. You have the 3rd highest average. They cannot get to 200 here.
Yeah, and right now Waco just needs 7 pins in the 10th frame
Just for fun.
to capture game 1. I think this guy could probably handle it.
Yeah. How about 10? He's thrown 2 absolute bombs so far.
My goodness. You know, when you're that old, you're not supposed to be that good. It's like a freak of nature.
Well, the really bad news is for the guys in the summer, he'll be back for the PBA 50 tour. The good news is he takes some time off to spend with his family while his sons, who are magnificent bowlers, go out. And so he goes, and he's a bowling dad, so he gives mercy to those on the 50 tour when he's not around.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to matter.
No.
You want to shoot it?
Take a volunteer from the audience to shoot that.
Yeah, but his two sons, Justin and Brandon, man, are they good.
Well, he might have been disappointed in that, but he's going to take the first point. Waco halfway to picking up an all-important third victory that will keep them alive for the chance to make the top 6. Akron and Motown having clinched in the last few days. The Candyman, boy, another soft 10, Randy, for this Dallas team. That's our 10th frame. What is that, 6 of those?
Yeah. The only thing they have to look forward to is they can get off this lane and go to the left lane for game 2. Yeah, 5 10-pins.
Yep. And no ringers in the bunch. Everyone the same.
There's, yeah, some soft ones, and then that messenger by Jones.
Touche. Touche, Billy.
And the interesting question here, I wonder for Norm, and maybe Randy, you have a second to ask him if he's going to change his lineup.
Yeah. Wow, tough on that right lane. Norm, you're moving over to the left lane for game 2, a must-win for your squad. Any lineup changes coming?
Yeah, there's going to be a lineup change. I'm going to flop Maldonado and Frank Snodgrass. Not for any reason other than I just want to.
All right. Thanks, Norm.
Hope it works.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Wait, was Norm just managing?
Yes, he was, making the big decisions. He's going to need to make some big decisions because right now this Waco team looks smoothly in control. But you know what? We got another 10 frames to bowl for Dallas's season to stay alive. And our coverage of the PBA Elite League continues tomorrow on FS1 at noon Eastern Time as we conclude round 12 of the Elite League presented by Snickers from Thunder Bowl Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. New Jersey Kingpins at LAX. And the Akron Atom Splitters versus the hometown Motown Muscle. Kimberly standing by with TJ.
Tommy, it's got to be frustrating for you guys. You bowled really well all year, even today. And, you know, you've won this event 4 times, so you know what it takes. But you guys just cannot seem to put it together for strikes. You guys are on a new lane. What's the plan moving forward?
You know, it's all communication when you bowl team bowling. And, you know, unfortunately for me right now, I got Bill sitting over there taking the day off because he's, you know, whatever. But we bowled together for about 7 years. But the rest of us just got to get our minds together and go out there and make some good shots and get this thing to a roll-off.
Good luck to you guys.
All right, Kimberly and Tom, thank you very much. Bill O'Neill is sitting this one out. Probably didn't love his old buddy digging him there.
Enjoy your day
But a lineup change here and a little flop between Sean Maldonado and Frank Snodgrass.
A lot of half 10s for them on the right lane. Let's see if that changes them and see what their ball reactions look like moving over to the left lane.
No changes, by the way, for Waco. And that's a good-looking chop to 10 in half there for Peters. And again, a reminder that Dallas has to win this point or they are completely out of the playoff picture.
Well, this is more better. No week 10.
Well, it was an interesting discussion we were eavesdropping on between Stu Williams and DJ Archer. Here's Stu now about Stu's opinion of this right lane. Which he doesn't like very much right now.
Come on.
They were talking about how Stu felt that the right lane was tighter down lane, and watching the Dallas Strikers lead those flat 10s and then coming up light, that it was a little tougher to get the ball up the hill on that right lane. And so it would only make sense that Stu's first shot was a little tuggy. And there's that tightness down lane.
So an opening break for Dallas.
Sorry, boys. Such a bad shot. Such a bad first shot.
And so now Sean Maldonado has had great success at the regional and national level. Well, just split that right in half.
So far, so good on that left lane, right? It looks way better.
We seem to have a third character in our play, and that's the lanes.
Yeah. Fourth arrow out to about 8. And then the good pin carry.
And suddenly, although it's only the second frame, this is kind of an important shot here for Mitch. Gotta hurry. The impossible dream, the 2-8-10.
Did I mention tight down lane on the right lane?
I think you did. And you were absolutely right, Professor.
Come on. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I didn't even think about it. No, never thought about it.
I think I've made the 2-8-10 like twice in my life.
Does it not have a lower percentage than a 7-10 for conversions at the PBA level? I think it does.
I think it's hard. Of course, I'm going to get a lot of grief for that, but I mean, there's a couple of ways you can try to wrap the 2-pin around the 10 and have it kind of pull the 10 over into the 8. That's one way. Or you can have something bounce out, splitting the 2-8 straight back.
It doesn't look here.
It's hard. I've made the 7-10 more than I've made the 2-8-10.
Butters swinging way wide, and Messenger comes through for the Strikers.
That's what I'm talking about, my man.
And this is our Just Right strike, brought to you by Just Bear, the mindful choice for high-quality protein with no antibiotics ever. Just right, Just Bear.
And this just barely struck as the headpin came over with that little soft messenger onto the 7.
I heard what you did there.
We're just trying to take care of our sponsors. We love them.
We do. Well, DJ Archer, listen to the Stu Williams lecture.
So a little softer ball speed. He's got the loft, and because of that, he's able to get that ball to come around the corner on the right lane.
Like 15.
Where was the string?
Beautiful shot of the ball, just ripping the back of that rack. And Dancing DJ is going to run that one out.
He's got some moves.
Nope, not that time for Tommy. That one just squirted to the left.
Spared up.
I don't know. I didn't get that one projected.
Oh yeah, I was a little.
Yeah, not enough projection to the right. You heard him say it. But should cover the 6-10 with no problem. .3% of the time it's made every time.
That was me. I just didn't.
According to Lane Talk.
Our friends at Lane Talk.
Our good friends at Lane Talk. Love Lane Talk.
So this is the man who was picked up when Ryan Simonelli was let go. And unfortunately, Ryan is having a tough time this year. And we hope he gets together.
And Ryan's so good in Portland, Maine.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he was the MVP last season.
He's had some huge shots in that building. But Parker had to make the tough decision.
That needs to.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a lot of hand and the right amount of ball speed. You can see his ball speed 17.3, so it's soft enough to get it to come up. And catches just enough for the 1-3. After back-to-back opens, now it's back-to-back strikes for Waco.
So Frank Snodgrass struck at his second ball when he was in a different position, now in the anchor spot.
Interesting decision by Norm Duke.
Run the spare down.
And that shot just never made the left turn. Shocking.
made the executive decision to give him the after.
This average, not quite as easy as the one that Tommy Jones just polished off. Well, then again, if you do it that way, it is easy. And for Frank Snodgrass, this is a very satisfying moment of the match. That's sponsored by Snickers, because nothing satisfies like a Snickers.
Well, he loses count, but he saves the open frame with a great cover here on the 1-2-4-6-10.
Parker that time through the nose.
Let it go. All right, Bones, shake it off.
Bad shot. Said you heard him say, just let it go. When you grab it with the thumb, typically it's going to be a miss inside of target. One of the advantages the two-handers have is they don't put their thumb in it. Harder to grab it that way.
Come on.
So after 5 in the first game, it was Waco that had a 23-pin lead. This time they're down 28 in the race for 2. If the Strikers are able to hang on to this lead, we will go to a shootout with the winning team moving on, the losing team eliminated from playoff contention. In the middle of game number 2, where Dallas is trying to hang on, registration for the 2024 PBA LBC National Championship is open now to bowlers of all skill levels and from all centers. The PBA LBC National Championships heading to a new location outside Chicago that includes 2 new junior divisions. You can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. Even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at pba.com/LBC tournament. Jake Peters trying to help Dallas build an even bigger lead. Is over, leaves him with just a single pin.
Again, inside of target. Not enough hold on this pattern. On a house shot, yeah. Not the Earl Anthony 43.
%96 of the time.
Let's go down to the floor and talk to player manager Parker Bone III. Parker, the struggles look real on that right lane. What adjustments does your team have to make?
Well, Stewie's going to make a big adjustment here right now. He's going to take a guess, move deeper on the lane, and try something. And obviously, we got to get Mitch back on board too. The other 2 guys are good, and I just have to make a better shot. That's as simple as it is.
All right, thanks, Parker.
Perfectly said. Okay, he's got something at least he can handle.
Ball change and a line change for Stu Williams. Big move to the left.
I'll give that a chance.
I don't think he's too mad at himself. As he said, I took a fair chance. I mean, he knew he had to do something different. I'll show you how good these bowlers are. That this is not an easy shot. And basically 92% of the time they take care of it.
You got to pay the 2-8 respect.
Yeah, that was so close.
3-9 for the lefties.
Oh, like I hit a puddle and just went.
Yeah.
Just hide it.
Sean Maldonado.
Inside as well.
This is makeable, but as Randy will show you here, it's not going to be a lot of fun.
Get it over to the right side of the 3-pin, cut it into the 4 and 7. That's left again. Lucky to get 2.
All right, Jake, hold us up here, bro.
And is this going to be a big moment in this match? Frame number 7, all of a sudden you see that lead change rather dramatically. Now the Wonders very much in arm's length of Dallas.
That's fine. I'll just move a little right.
It was a 40-pin advantage for Dallas at one point, shaved down to 13 with Houpe up. Oh, whoa. Snap hook.
Turn up. Come on, Mitch. Run down.
The right lane looks awful.
All right.
It's what happens when you're afraid to throw it an inch to the right.
Just as lost as we are.
I finished my career on tour feeling that way every week.
All right. No trouble there for Hoope. Will he be back for a shootout if there is one? Don't forget, if Dallas hangs on here, this is an enormous shot for Jacob Buttrick. The shootout will be on the same lanes, which seems to be an advantage for Dallas, and it's 3 frames aggregate, no spares. Aha! Huge shot for Butters.
Man, is he throwing it slow.
I think his first shot of the match, Randy, was under 16 miles an hour. I think it was 15.6.
Slow. Remember, Hoope's first shot was right at 20 miles an hour.
By the way, to add one more thing, if we do have that playoff, Waco will choose to go. Who will go first? Get lane choice. And Archer, I don't know whether he was going to try to walk it out or he just didn't want to look at it.
Come on. Great shot.
Come on. Pick it up.
It's like somebody took a can of STP and dumped it right in front of the 3-pin.
Holy Andy Granatelli.
That was pretty close.
For the love of Mario Andretti.
There you go. Look it up, young people. Look it up. All right, no trouble there for DJ.
So you're saying there's still a chance?
Well, there certainly is for Dallas to try to put a hammerlock on this thing in the 9th. Tommy Jones knows a thing or two about foundation frames. His best result so far this season in the Illinois Classic. The impossible dream rises up again.
Oh, he got it to the right spot down lane, but I think it was fast.
I like that one.
Get 2 of them, all right?
Well, you just heard him say that. I like that one. And yeah, his reaction indicates he did like it.
Yeah, it may have been just a hair fast.
Hey, you feel it.
Must have been a hair off the top of his head then, because it was that close to not being the 2-8-10.
Hey now. Get 2.
All right.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything here in game 2. And what started out as something that looked very, very appetizing for the Strikers spoiled quickly.
Well, Zach Wilkins has looked pretty darn good, and he did flirt out to the right his last shot and mixed him up.
Yeah.
Let's see if he's got the inkling to do that again. He did. Oh, Messenger, yes, and it counts.
How about that Messenger there? It looked like a penguin floating on its belly coming across to take the 10 out.
Come on, Bo.
Look at this. Oh, that's beautiful. And no matter what, because of that strike, Waco cannot be shut out.
Which means they can knock Dallas out of the playoff race. Stand up 10.
Nice
After
shot.
3 frames, the Strikers had a 42-pin lead.
Come on the one.
And now they're in jeopardy of getting eliminated and having any chance of making the trip to Portland, Maine.
Where Norm Duke has had some success in that building too. It's ironic. He told us a story. We were just chatting with him before the show about overcoming a huge lead in this building of over 40 points in an individual match. And maybe turning on him here years later.
Good shot. All of them.
Get lined up as two.
I would say go right up the middle, but because you're going to be throwing a big man, I want you to get lined up as much as you can. So go ahead and
So
just
good
try to
count
strike.
here will force the legend to get the first strike in the 10th.
You heard Norm say, I want you to get it lined up as much as you can. Norm is still thinking that there's a chance, and there is still a chance, of course, of a roll-off.
Well, 9's okay. I believe he needs strike in 7. Excuse me, strike in 8.
Oh, look at that, warming up the old wing. First things first. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
We're going to a roll-off.
There's a lot of traffic around that 10 pin, and it didn't go for Parker, and we will indeed have a roll-off. And remember, they're staying at the same lanes.
Well, this is plenty good enough to strike. Look at that.
There's a lot of action there. Wow.
Each team will choose 3 players from their squad to throw 3 shots. Total pinfall from each shot if we have a tie after those 3 shots. We'll go to another sudden death shot from another player from each squad.
Well, Parker, did he just audition for himself right there with a very pretty strike?
Promise you he's in. Promise you.
All right.
You know what, I
Waco will
like that,
decide
'cause
which
I'm
team
trying
will
to
go
put the
first.
best man forth.
And by the way, we're not shooting spares in this.
No.
Yeah.
It's literally one ball per frame.
We got to find out. Do I have to tell you the 3-man lineup or just the order? I'm going to go first.
Waco going first?
Yep.
All right, Parker wants to
I'm
go
going to go
first.
first. We don't have to tell them the 3 guys.
Okay, we don't have to tell him the 3 guys, and one of them is going to be Parker Bone III, and that's completely understandable why he'd call his own number.
I'm going to go with Parker, Zach Wilkins.
You're right.
And then after that, I'm not sure. Maybe DJ.
And for Norm, I got to think Tommy Jones will be in the equation.
Yeah.
Oh, that was all right, that's 9. Good looking shot.
All right, so who's going to go for Dallas?
Butters.
Butters, TJ, and gosh, I don't know.
Well, Butters did throw a couple strikes in this game. Game number 2. He's just slow rolling it in. Chops the 7. Advantage to the strikers. Again, loser of this out. Zach Wilkins, yeah, I think that's an easy choice, really.
I got 2 of them right so far on that squad.
All right, who's after Butters for Dallas? Tommy?
I think so.
Okay. Boy, just a tiny bit.
That was bad.
Tiniest.
That wasn't bad.
That was a good move off the 10. I thought that was going to be 10 back.
Let's think about this. This came down to that light mixer that Parker didn't strike on that left the 10 pin. It probably strikes 9 times out of 10.
That's Jake Peters in the number 2 position here. It's cumulative score. Oh boy, he got a lot of action there, and he needed it. It's a 1-pin differential going into the last of the 3 frames. If we're tied, we go to 1 frame each. It is DJ Archer as predicted.
Believe in you.
Norm Duke. We'll see who he calls up. I'm going to have to guess Tommy Jones.
I would think.
His pedigree demands it. Don't go high.
Oh, my goodness.
5 to win for the Strikers.
Again, there's that shot where you're afraid to throw it too far to the right, and that was just a full Yankee.
Aim at Brooklyn. Aim Brooklyn, because you'll always miss right when you're
Oh, it's not going to be Tommy. Excuse me.
Snodgrass.
Yep, and turn it into Frank Snodgrass.
Norm's telling him to aim Brooklyn. He's going to throw the plastic ball straight and hard.
Hold him down.
He's 4. Excuse me, 5.
He did exactly as told, and the Dallas Strikers come off the deck. They were a swing away from being eliminated, and instead they win 27-23 in the shootout. They get to 2 first. Waco is knocked out of playoff contention, and Dallas wins with Bill O'Neill not even bowling.
Who do you think got him lined up?
Nice job, Bill.
And last year's champions are
Sometimes you're the
out.
dog, and other days you're the hide. Just saying.
Hey, Norm, congrats on advancing. Norm Duke.
Thank you, Randy.
Congrats on advancing. Take us through what you told Mr. Snodgrass there in the 10th frame with the Brooklyn shot.
Yeah, I got him right here, and I told him just like Tommy did. We said, look, spare ball down the middle, but every time I tried to hit head on or to the right in the pocket, it was bad for me. So I said, aim Brooklyn, and he did it. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm a good listener. Great advice, and congrats. You guys are still in this and still
in it. Hey,
have a chance to get to Portland, Maine.
Exactly.
Norm and Frank, thank you and congratulations. Now we have one more match, and this time it's the 2 teams at the top of the standings, the Lumberjacks and Vegas. Mano a mano, eyeball to eyeball, coming up next on PBA Elite League. Let's flash back to the 2022 PBA Elite League Elias Cup Final. The Lumberjacks down 2-0, come back and win their 3rd straight PBA Elias Cup League title, defeating the Dallas Strikers 3-2. Kyle Troop, Chris Prather, Wes Malott, and the manager Tim Mack have been a part of all 3 Lumberjack titles, and the Mark Roth MVP, not surprisingly, Kyle Troop. And here we go. The top 2 teams in the league fighting for a playoff bye, fighting for top seed. Portland in their recognizable Lumberjack outfits, and the High Rollers. Matt Ogle, Sean Rash, Matt Russo, A.J. Johnson, and Andrew Anderson, who has got a lot of folks here rooting him on.
Hey, nobody better here.
Andrew from this area. Matt Ogle. He started with his feet way left.
All right, pick it up. Pick it up. Come on, pick it up.
When you're going to create that much angle on this pattern, you can't throw it hard. You got to keep your ball speed down so it'll come around the corner.
We've seen this leave about the 3rd time today, I think. And no. So a rough start there for Las Vegas.
Leave it there.
2 Baker games, you get 4 shots unless you're the anchor player. And it's tough because of the weight between each shot.
That's a pretty strong lineup Tim Mack brings out here. Fa, Quintero, Prather, Smallwood, and Kyle.
No Wes Malott.
Nope. He is here. Been battling a bit of a back. And you see Thomas Larson in the background for Vegas. He is in the envelope and available if necessary. Nothing was done to these lanes, by the way, in the short time. There was obviously no time to do anything. But it was the right lane that emerged as a major player in that Dallas versus Waco match.
Grandpa was spectacular for these guys in Portland last season.
Well, it seems like if you're going to have Matt Ogle in a double in a team competition, you got to have Sean Rash. They've bowled together quite a bit.
Yep. Won the Roth-Holman doubles. Oh, nice.
Are you kidding?
Back-to-back open frames for them to start.
It's probably worth mentioning that Sean on his Facebook page, I think it was this morning, posted a video that says, this is kind of summing up how things are going for me right now. Throws a pocket 410.
Back-to-back opens to start.
He went to blast that 10 pin if he could off the back wall, but didn't happen.
Come on.
Arturo Quintero, who loved Portland, Maine so much, he moved there.
Yeah, what a story.
Look out. And a rough start for both sides finding the pocket.
Fit it in there. Fit it in there.
So this oil pattern's rough.
Fit it in there. Come on. Work hard here. Work hard here.
183 to 179, 220, 180. Our first two games in our last matchup. They're hard. They're Earl Anthony hard.
Worked out for him pretty well. Look out. Yeah, there's a chop. And so an early mistake. So, yeah, right at the point, at the moment, I should say, we
a little more aggressive.
See a couple of the teams struggling just a bit. Matt Russo looking for another title down the road. When he says he'll get one out of Baldwin, Missouri. But he's a Jersey guy in a lot of ways. Very close with Parker Bone III. There you go. That's where 10 belong.
Much better now for the high rollers. This one's perfect by Matt.
The Shark. Seemed like he deserved better.
I like it. Run it over.
A lot of urethane going down the lane right now. Going down these lanes right now, I should say. And
Let's go. Get it going here.
one of the prettiest, one of the best games on tour. This man right here, Chris Prather. But it's been a struggle for Chris here in 2024.
Anything you can point to?
No, I mean, his game looks perfect every time I watch him throw it. He looks perfect.
Good pitch.
It's a cruel game.
Good work out there.
A.J. Johnson. New dad?
New dad.
New dad, yeah.
Congrats, AJ.
Yeah, very happy for him.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, this is, again, I feel like I'm selling up these splits. This is makeable, but it's going to be difficult, obviously, for AJ.
See that ball speed right there? Mm-hmm. And so obviously that's soft enough, and then it overhooks.
So what happens if he throws it faster?
Then it'll hold its line, right? So if he stands in the same spot, looks at the same target, and throws it just a mile an hour faster, it's probably 10 in the pit.
Go, no sir. So the struggles continue for Las Vegas. The good news, the only thing that's keeping them in the game with the early going is that Portland's struggling too a little bit. The unsinkable Tom Smallwood stepping up. And another guy from this area. To work the factories in this town before he hit it big on tour. Well, that was not a rerun.
I mean, this is just ugly.
Be a shooter here, Smalls.
Try to make it here, Small.
Every player on the Lumberjacks through 4 players is using urethane because the lanes are hard. And that's what the players do. They try to blend the pattern out, and they try to use something that's not that reactive so that they can play a little bit straighter and keep the ball more on line to stay out of trouble. all it's doing is creating more havoc. Watch this.
No. So what's the adjustment? We can't continue to see this like this. So is it an equipment adjustment? Is it a foot adjustment? Feet, eyes? What do you do?
I just don't think they get enough shots to really figure it out. They're going to talk to their teammates after every shot thrown. They're going to make an adjustment when we go to break after 5 frames. And the adjustment is, hey, I know they're hard. Let's somehow try to find a way to hit the 1-3. And if I don't strike, let's leave something that I can make.
And Andrew Anderson collapses the 7-10. And the hometown bowler with a huge group of people here to support him, upwards of around 50 here in Allen Park.
Now that lead just 11 with maybe the hottest player on tour stepping up. And he, too, is using urethane. All 5 of the Lumberjacks, urethane on the right lane.
That messenger's going to drop harmlessly away. I think that messenger's kind of hugging the 4, but did nothing.
Hey, I remembered it. I remember my spare ball in Detroit.
Yeah, he doesn't use it that often. So through 5, the top 2 teams in the PBA Elite League going at it with a small advantage so far for Portland's Lumberjacks. 3 times they have won the Elias Cup. Las Vegas and Matt Russo and hometown man Andrew Anderson in pursuit. And the PBA is proud to have Boulders to Veterans Link as the official charity of the PBA Tour. Since 1942, through the support of the bowling community, BBL has raised more than $56 million for veterans. Donate, go to bbl.org.
Yeah, big shout out to Johnny Petraglia and John Laspina.
Very, very much involved in that tremendous charity.
Helping to bring that great organization and the PBA together.
There's a late tap on the 10 for a strike for the High Rollers.
All right, let's go down to the floor with Tim Mack. And Tim, what do you tell your team, or what did you tell your team during the break?
Listen, I think we just got to make some baby moves. The lane is really difficult. Both sides of the lane are difficult, and both lanes are difficult. We're going to make some baby moves with the urethane, try to keep it in play, catch a double, see if we can't take this game.
All right, Tim, thanks.
So let's see what qualifies as a baby move.
Well, if that was one, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that was no tears there.
That's perfect. Way to go.
No need for a diaper or changing tape on that last shot for Graham Faw. Now Rash looking to make it 3 in a row for the High Rollers.
And he does get a mixer. And Las Vegas getting serious. You see Leno Monticelli, the manager for Las Vegas.
Just like that, the lead goes right over to Las Vegas High Rollers. Now Portland trailing by 9 can regain the lead with a strike here. Oh boy.
Let it go. Oh, it does.
That came back.
That was somewhat similar to Zach Wilkins in the prior game as far as the daringness to challenge that go all the way out to the right like that.
That's how you throw it right there.
I wasn't sure this was going to hook, and it did. So there's some friction in that spot. The urethane balls have enough surface on them to read that part of the lane on that right lane.
Russo puts 10 aside. Well, things have picked up.
Make another good one here. Stay hot, kid. Stay hot.
This is back and forth now. Prather looking to regain the lead by 1.
Top 2 teams in the PBA Elite League going at it right here in the race to 2. This is game number 1. Yeah, quiet 10 there.
Good pitch, right out over. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one as well,
really good.
Tim Mack. That was a good shot.
Good pass. Yeah, get this one here. All right, set him up here.
Raiders' first title, by the way, in Allen Park. Won the PBA Scorpion Championship in 2019.
See that Dodger Cub promo? You talked about it earlier with the lineup of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And then you said taking on Cody Bellinger and the Cubs. Cody Bellinger, an ex-Dodger.
That's right. They've done well in the player development department and person acquisition.
And how do I know this? Well, because I spent many days at Chavez Ravine.
You are an LA man. This Las Vegas team couldn't hit before, and now they can't miss.
That's 5 in a row. See those eyes get really big when the ball's about 10 or 15 feet in front of him after he lets go of it? That's when a player knows. This one might be good.
Yeah.
Now Smallwood to have any chance here in game 1.
That looks good.
No,
sir. No.
Another flat 10.
We have had a lot of those today in both of our matches. This is just game 1 of this race for 2.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it should be. Good job, Paulie. A lot of ball left still, guys. A lot of ball left. A lot of ball left. Good shots. Good shots.
Vegas just has to mark
we were gonna
to take the first point.
One for us.
And Andrew Anderson is more than capable of delivering that.
Whoa.
It's doable, though. It's doable.
Yeah, but if the 10's standing, then it's a whole different ball game. But should have no trouble with the 2-8.
Past major champion is Andrew, 2018's USBC Masters in Syracuse. Out of Holly, Michigan. Holly Lanes. He marks this, and it's going to be victory, along with a couple of other pins, which we know he'll get. No trouble at all.
That last player I want to shoot at right now.
I think he's got 2 pins in him.
Yeah.
Is that not slow enough? The first one? That was good? So it's not slow enough?
Tell you what you could do here. If you took all 4 of the managers, I would pay for that step ladder. All of them Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Parker, Norm, Amleto, and Tim. There you go. And one more, just for fun. That's 1 point for the High Rollers, as they look to take the top spot in the PBA Elite League table. Race to 2. Las Vegas is halfway there. But you know what? Waco was halfway there, and it didn't pan out for them. Can the comeback be made by the 3-time champion Lumberjacks? Game 2 next.
Yeah, the orange and blue one, right?
Same 5.
We'll start with
So we'll see what the lane change will do to these guys. The right lane was definitely tougher in our first match when Dallas defeated Waco.
Oh, my goodness, what a
Be a
start.
shooter, make that spare. Hi, baby.
The fast 8 with the 8-pin for Graham Faw.
What's that? No.
I'm still shocked at this lead. This is not one you see very often.
Just try to cut the 6-pin over into the 8. It's doable.
Open frame in game number 2 in this race to 2. 1-0 Las Vegas. Top 2 teams in the league, 2 highest scoring teams in the league.
And the top 2 teams after completion of the qualifying, they get buys in Portland, Maine.
And Vegas has already beaten Portland once.
Yep.
But that just looked like it came off a little funny, didn't it?
Yeah, almost like it fell out of his hand.
Yeah.
Run down. Run down. We got it.
But a lot easier lead than that 6-8-10 was.
Yeah.
We saw how much straighter the Lumberjacks played that right lane, all with urethane. First shot for Matt Ogle. He's trying to carve the whole lane.
Well, there was some talk from Tim Mack during the break about our urethane may wreck their lane, and I wonder if that's going to happen.
Come on.
That's a shocker. The Lumberjacks actually have a lead.
Wow. Get it over the spot.
El Nino is what they're chanting for Arturo Quintero.
Yeah, not good if you're a weather pattern. Great if you're a professional bowler from Portland, Maine. Good shot. And again, look at the ball speed right here.
Spare ball's over there. Really good.
So higher rev rate, you got to throw a pinch faster. That lower rev rate, right about that 17 mile an hour mark, is going to work nicely on that left lane.
It's been a mystery at times for these bowlers. Conditions on the 43-foot Earl Anthony pattern have been tricky.
Good job.
Really tough.
And I tell you, it may come down to who's more accurate or who gets a bad break.
Well, I think we might see what we saw in our opening matchup, where the Lumberjacks have a little bit of advantage because they're finishing on that left lane. So if it does go to a roll-off, they're on the better of the 2 lanes.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Dallas ended up coming off the deck and using the right lane, able to win in a shootout.
Jeez.
What is that?
Oh my God.
I mean, the 369 is bad enough. You throw a 7-pin in there?
Yeah.
I can make it.
How do I shoot it? Bizarro.
Yeah, listen, this is Sean Rash asking how he has to shoot something.
What do you think here?
You got to cover that back pin, the 9-pin, cut the 3 into the 7. It's the only way you can make this, unless you bounce something out and get lucky.
Good shot here, huh?
Problem is, he's going to try to loop it a bit. If he gets too far to the right, he could miss all of them.
Wow, I don't know if you can do much better than that other than make it. That was an incredible shot by Sean.
All right, good frame. Come on, pick us up
That's
again.
insane.
That was an incredible attempt, and this is incredibly unlucky. Look at that. One goes in front, one goes behind. Exactly.
I don't know what else he could have done.
Yeah.
And that was right here in Allen Park. BJ Moore. Kick saving a beauty on the 10.
Pay attention to that number right there.
Good job.
All urethane on the right lane for the Lumberjacks. All reactive resin on the left lane for the Lumberjacks.
There's a mixer for Russo and a big shot there for the high rollers.
Hey, never give up. Great shot, great shot, great start.
Bright light for that team through 3 frames is the lefty Russo.
That's the shot Parker Bowman III didn't get.
Right.
The break.
Exactly.
That tilted things, tilted things toward Dallas. Nope.
Another good one. Really good, buddy. Run it over. Really good. Man, that was good. You're already done here.
Tim Mack's reaction was, come on, man. As if to say, he deserved that strike. Here you see Tim right there.
Whoa, the Ozempic spare. Really thin.
Biggest commercial.
It almost looks like it shouldn't count.
Oh, it got a piece of it.
Yeah. It's the wind, I think, got it.
What have we not seen? What have we not seen thus far?
Let's get a 5-7-10 next.
My goodness. Look at that hang spot right there.
That does not want to slow down. That does not want to slow down.
No, it does not. And that's why the Lumberjacks all threw urethane on that right lane.
Over there.
How do you fight that?
Wow.
If you're in Las Vegas.
You have to move right and go straighter.
Picks up speed.
Okay.
Because it's not coming off of that spot. You cannot open that lane up. And whether you do that with urethane or you take your hand out of it and you go straighter with reactive, whatever, you can't give the pocket away on the right lane.
Too direct and an open frame against the high rollers. And this is basically a 1 in 5 chance for AJ to make that.
I thought that was gonna slow down at some point.
No Kyle Troop. Won a couple of events this year. Picked up another major. That U.S. Open was a big one for him. Very emotional after that victory with his dad, the great Cuppy Troop, in attendance.
Okay.
I half expected the 10 to hit the 6 into the 3.
Right.
The way things have gone today.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fine. Turn it down. That was right to the numbers.
3, 6, 9, 10 standing. Now it's just the 3, 6.
Don't chop it. All right.
That's good work. We get you. We get you. I like that.
Yeah, it's 27-7.
I like
Lead
it.
at 22 for Andrew Anderson. I mean, try to cut into.
Sorry, David. The Lumberjacks just need to fill frames because I'm not sure that Las Vegas can string strikes on the right lane. I'm not sure anyone can.
This is where they got hot in the last game right about now, but that was on the left lane.
Look at that.
And nope, not there, and it just looks like it skids.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
Doing my part.
So Canemletto Monticelli, who's in the foreground right there on the left, trying to figure something out for his guys. Count on that Hall of Fame brain of his to figure out a new angle of attack for this high roller team, or we're going to go to a shootout, and Las Vegas will be competing in the shootout on the tougher of the 2 lanes. What will Amleto come up with? We're going to find out when we come back for the second half of game number 2. With Kimberly Pressler and Randy Peterson, I'm Dave Lamont, and our FS1 crew bringing you the second of our doubleheader in the PBA Elite League presented by Snickers here at the Strobel Arena in Allen Park, Michigan. Graham Fa, the lefty, Portland, needing to win this game, force a shootout. That's how you do it.
All right, Dave, let's go down to the floor and talk to manager, Hall of Famer Amleto Monticelli. Amleto, what does your team have to do in the second half of game 2? You had 3 opens through 5 frames. What changes now?
Well, they're going to have to strike, right?
Yeah, but how are they going to do that?
Well, they're going to move a little more right because there's a little hang spot on the right lane because of the urethane being used. So it looks like a couple of balls will make it.
Thank you, Amleto.
That was a good shot there.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Much better.
Well, he's absolutely right. It was. Matt Ogle's not able to get that 10-pin knocked aside. Just a reminder, if you are joining us a little bit late, the shootout is 3 frames cumulative. No spares shot, just 1 ball per frame. And if that remains tied, then we just go until we find a winner. Frame by frame.
Great frame, Matt. Great frame. That's a good shot. Really good.
Co-star of the show, the featured player that we nominated for best or worst supporting actor is the right lane. See Wes Malott there in the back. He has not seen action today. Still troubled a little bit by a bulky back. Teto, perfect.
He's really good at that slow hook, too, by the way.
Way to go. Way to go out there.
Now the lead is 33.
That's how you throw it.
It's a no-doubter.
You gotta love watching him. He's so much fun.
What's going to happen now to Sean Ratt?
That's going to go light.
I thought he was going to get a 17 for a second.
That was a pretty big move off his first shot.
Well, the obvious conversation with Amleto is they all know they have to do something different. It was a matter of what that different was going to be.
That was pretty good.
And then the other question is, at what point do you kind of bag it and say, all right, let's just get lined up for the roll-off?
Now?
You know, I think that one more frame, you got to start talking strategy about, all right, this is what we did. This is the move we made after the first half. All right, this is what we're going to do going into the roll-off. And then here are 3 players that are going to do it.
Say hi here, kid. Say hi. Come on, baby.
Big turn, big hit.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best at slow hooking it right there, Chris Prather.
Start thinking about the roll-off.
Yeah, start thinking about the roll-off. Exactly, Tim Mack.
Las Vegas will have the choice as to who will go first. Pin and down it goes.
The lone bright spot for them on that right lane has been Matt Russo.
Well, you have to think that if we do go to that roll-off, which is apparently much more likely, that he will be part of it.
Yeah, you're going to have to put him in that.
It's going to be interesting where Tim goes. It seems like Prather has earned a spot.
Prather, Arturo.
Kyle? How do you leave out Kyle True?
Let's see his next frame. And Smallwood doesn't look bad either.
No.
All these players on the Lumberjacks are really good at slow hooking it. And that's exactly what the left lane's calling for.
Right lane has just been taunting.
Can please have a re-rack?
AJ very politely asking for a re-rack.
Yeah.
And you hear pins being knocked down while no one on your screen is bowling. The man knocking us down is Wes Malott for the Lumberjacks. Very interesting. And we will go to a shootout.
So good. Oh, yeah.
There's nothing that the high rollers can do about this game. So Amleto Monticelli will decide if he wants his team to go first or if he wants Portland to go first. And then Amleto will trot out his 3 choices. Amleto being a big soccer fan, this is essentially penalty kicks. There you see the rules. 3 players to roll 1 shot each. Higher 3-shot total wins. If we're still tied, each team rolls an additional shot until we have a winner. tip for Kyle. We'll tap. Andrew Anderson's going to go ahead and step up and just keep this train moving. You give old Wes a shot here. See if he's got anything.
It sure looks like that's going to happen.
He is. Yeah, no, Kyle. I thought they might bring Wes in. He can sub, and that just knocks Kyle out for the game, but it wouldn't knock him out for the shootout. And Wes is looking like a man who's about to go bowling.
Yeah. I've got Arturo, Prather, and Troop in the shootout.
And maybe you're getting Wes ready for if we go past the third frame.
Correct.
Yeah, that could be. What about for Amleto?
Hey, I was trying to strike.
I've got
So
Russo because he was perfect in the 2 games. Andrew Anderson and AJ Johnson.
All right, we'll see what the decisions are for Tim Mack and for Amleto Monticelli. First place at stake in the PBA Elite League standings. Kyle Troop just murdering pins right now.
Highest game of the day right there.
What do you guys like on the roll-off? What do we like on the roll-off? Yeah, you two are definitely in for sure. And I want to go with Smalls. Then you're the first one out, and then you. Okay? So we'll go KP first, Smalls, you. Yeah.
Going with Smallwood.
Okay, it looks like possibly over Kyle?
Over Arturo.
Over Arturo, okay.
I'm okay with that.
We go first. Okay, we got our lineup. Do you need to know? Okay. Good luck, guys. Yeah, good luck. All the best.
Well, this was an easy choice for Amleto Monticelli. Russo's been tremendous today. He wants a little love. No spares will be shot. 1 ball. No, sir. 9.
Great shot.
Prather has looked very good, particularly with the demands of this left lane and what it's called for. He fits him perfectly.
Let's go.
The only thing they have to be careful of is if the left lane transitions in front of them because of that slow sweeper, it could break loose, go right through the nose for 5.
Instead, it hung a little bit
because it was wide right.
Too far right when he threw it. All right, that's all 6. So AJ Johnson has a chance to really hurt him here with a strike.
His last shot was really nice on this right lane, left that ring in 10. Nine here, 9 in the third. It's over no matter what the Lumberjacks do.
Good point.
Instead, it's 7.
Now a strike would tie things. And it's Tom Smallwood.
Let's go. Take us home. Come on. Come on, Smalley. One time, babe. One time.
Strike here. We're even. And it becomes a 1-frame match. And certainly we have to expect Kyle Troop for Portland. Okay, no, that's going to go in front. So it's a 1-pin difference. A strike wins it for Vegas.
That's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
Before Prather's 2, 4, 8, 10. That was the one I was concerned with. Very fortunate to get 9 on that hit.
So Andrew Anderson, 50 fans here to watch him out of Holly Hill nearby. The Michigan man with a chance to give Las Vegas the W. A strike will do it. 9, and the best Portland can do is force a 4th frame. For the second time this season, Las Vegas's High Rollers have beaten the Portland Lumberjacks, and they take over first place in the PBA Elite League standings. Thrilling finish. Anderson coming up huge at the end.
Just aces this one. What a brilliant shot by AA. Shreds the rack. And that's all she wrote. You got to like it when the players are throwing each other out of the way to get to that winning shot, huh?
That was pure cash for Andrew Anderson. Our coverage of the World Series of Bowling continues tomorrow at noon Eastern on FS1 as we conclude round 12 of the PBA Elite League presented by Snickers here from Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. Coming up next, MLB and FS1, the Dodgers face the Cubs. For Randy and Kimberly and our crew, I'm Dave Lamont. You've been watching the PBA on FS1.